Yeah, so before I found the GAZ community, my story kind of starts when I was where I was born. So I was born in South Africa, and I moved to the United States when I was very young, and I learned work ethic from my father. I was working in his shop pushing a broom when I was 6 years old, and just kind of seen him as an entrepreneur with a small business, and he was struggling, and the good thing was that I learned a lot of things from him, like how to work really hard, ethics, integrity, morals, trust, some of those good values that you really, that develop the moral fiber in your body. And so from there I went through college and I became an entrepreneur. I actually started selling commodities and did pretty well at that, just because I always thought to myself, when you get to America, what's the goal? Well, if you can make as much as the president does make in a year, then I feel like you've made it in the country. So I got to that point, and then I wanted more. So I wanted to buy my own company and go off and do my own thing. So that's how I ended up moving off to Las Vegas, where I'm located now. And so I purchased just under 50% of an electronics manufacturing company. And we started with 7 people, and I blood, sweat, and tears going through the whole thing, and got it to the point where it was starting to pump out some cash, and grew it substantially, really. And then what happened was I was actually working with Lockheed Martin, which was one of my biggest clients at the time, and my business partner sold the company out from behind my back. So I actually lost close to 7 figures on that deal. And so after that, I was really kind of disheartened and just upset about everything, frustrated with the fact that, I thought I could trust this guy and I couldn't, and, I thought he was my mentor, but he ended up teaching me a lot about business, but it ended up being just a bum story. So after that, I found my way into financial services because I've always been lucky enough or skilled enough, or whatever you want to call it, to make some money, but I just didn't really know the rules and how to hold on to it. So I got in the financial world and learned the rules of money. And then I started helping families learn the rules of money, because I feel that's a very important skill. And I had a lot of success at that. In fact, I had a team of 50 people that I was managing just because I worked a lot. But it was kind of like a dream job, because it was one of those things where you get involved with a company and you start working a little bit, and you start to see a little bit of success, but then it's like you're a slave to that job, and that's something that I wanted time freedom for my wife, and we like to travel and do some other things of that sort. So one night I was just chatting with my wife and looking at internet businesses, and she happened to see a video of my buddy Matt scrolling through her Facebook thread, and Matt was telling this amazing story about how he had gone from rags to riches using an internet marketing mentorship program, and they had a community, and really drew a lot of interest to us. And so we watched the video and just went right through the process, as everybody is or does go through, and got involved. I mean, everything that they told us just made a lot of sense, and it was something that was easy to do. There was really no pressure on doing it, and it was just one of those things where we got involved with the community, and then what we learned was that community was amazing. The people inside of it had massive amounts of success. Everybody that we talked to was super chill, super cool, just kind of hang out, do whatever, and really helpful. That was one of the biggest things. And so the community was a big piece of it, and then the product offering that came after was even more amazing. And so of course we got involved with that, and we just finished our 2nd month, and I can just kind of share my results. Our 2nd month, we actually made over $5,000 in our 2nd month. So to me, after about 20 days of doing both my financial services job and this business, I said to myself, no way, I'm gonna walk in and fire my boss. So I did just that. I walked right in, and I walked up to him and I said, it's not working out for me, I gotta go. And from there I just stepped off of the bus and jumped into this thing full circle. And I can tell you the experience that I've had has been life-changing. My wife and I really are doing it together, and I believe that power couples are something that this community really needs, and so we're trying to be the forefront and the forerunner of being a power couple. So coming into the thing, she had some self-development stuff that she needed to do. I needed to do some self-development stuff. This community is based on the biggest self-improvement movement that's out there, and really, if you think about it, it's kind of like if you're riding a bike, right? If you're not doing anything, you're just sitting on that bike, you're trying to balance yourself without any momentum moving forward, what's gonna happen? You're gonna fall off the bike, right? So it's the same thing with your goals. And so if you set a goal, it's like putting that bicycle in motion, because it becomes a lot easier to keep your balance on the bike and get to your path and your destination. So if you think about it like that, we just kind of started pedaling off into the sunset here with this opportunity that's unbelievable. Really excited for the future, so grateful for all the mentors that have been around, and just really excited to add a lot of value to this community, and just love everything about it.